Hi everyone, welcome back to FRAG-MENTAL. We're getting weird again because we've got Fragrance Weirdo joining us. Now, if you want affordable luxury fragrances, Dan's your man. I've got a real treat for you today because, backed by popular demand, is Dan Rothschild. Hey Dan.
Hey Chris.
What are we doing today?
We are going to be talking about the brand new Insider Perfumes releases.
And if people don't know, just explain what Insider Parfums is and the idea behind it.
Yeah, so Insider Parfums is about putting the unobtainable back within reach, and all of our fragrances are either discontinued things which you can't get hold of anywhere, or they're just completely unaffordable perfumes that, you know, mere mortals can't afford to buy. And so we've got a selection of both those categories here.
And I think that you've said in the past as well that these very expensive fragrances that are on the market, the people who might buy your perfumes probably wouldn't be spending the cash on those more expensive scents anyway.
I think that's fair, yeah. I mean, a lot of the perfumes we're talking about are kind of 500 to £1,000, which is a huge, huge amount of money. I mean, I think that the perfume should be more accessible than that.
I've enjoyed very much the Insider stuff of the past. To capture the that expensive luxury in a bottle that's affordable is very appealing to me, and I think a lot of people. So let's smell some of the new ones. What have you got for me?
Okay, first up is Polarity. And Polarity is based on a discontinued Escada perfume called Magnetism for men.
I've never smelled it, so when was it discontinued?
So it was only in production for a very short time. For me, this actually smells very 90s. But actually, I think it was originally created in 2004. So famously, it has a grape soda sort of scent profile to it. For me, this is how the 90s felt and smelled, even though it was actually not created until the 2000s. This to me is kind of very neon, very fruity, quite sweet, and then it's got a quite masculine leather back to it.
Neon's a great description actually, because this is jumping off. I'm getting quite a bit of freshness from this as well.
Escada smelled very fresh when it was first released, but if you buy bottles now, they're kind of 20 years old. You can buy them discontinued on eBay, and they'll cost you an arm and a leg, but they smell a little bit kind of more aged, whereas this almost, because it's fresh, smells fresher.
This doesn't smell like a typical designer release that you would find today.
Certainly in the 90s, the early 2000s, designer fragrances were much broader in their scope. So they smell a lot different, whereas these days I do feel like the designer market is converging quite a lot on a few standard scent profiles. Escada Magnetism at the time, I don't think there was anything that smelled like it, and I don't recall a grape soda fragrance before it, or actually really since.
I'm really liking that. It is reminding me a little bit of something. Maybe like a little hint of like Enigma in there, not the depth or the booziness of that, but just a little flicker of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Enigma has quite a Coca-Cola-y sort of vibe, and I don't think we're a million miles away with this. I guess the other one would be the House of Sillage #1.
Yeah. Which is my favourite from the brand, actually.
Yeah, and it's very good. But those fragrances came a long time after Escada Magnetism. And this one is one of several, which is a kind of labour of love. For me, I particularly loved Escada Magnetism. I paid silly money for an original bottle. Everyone I've ever shared it with says how much they enjoy it. And so that seemed like a perfect candidate for Insider. Is it a panty dropper?
I think this would drop many a panty, Dan, if I'm honest.
You heard it here, panty droppers.
Yeah, only luxury affordable panty droppers at Insider Parfums. No, it's great, it's very appealing, it's got a sensual quality to it, versatile. I could wear this whenever. This could be a really good signature. So
I think so, and people who owned the original Magnetism, it's one of those incredibly lamented discontinuations. So a lot of perfumes fade into obscurity and they get discontinued because nobody cares. But the people who bought and owned Magnetism love it. And so this is for them.
What's the next one?
What is the next one indeed? So the next one is based on Roger Dove's Amber Oud. And we've titled this rather cleverly, The Amber Oud.
Wow, how did you come up with that?
Well,
That's astounding.
we had a very long meeting. We brought in branding consultants, and you know, we spent some time. We spent some real time on that.
Can I just say how nice those atomizers are?
Oh, I know. I know.
A really lovely modulated fine mist.
A modulated fine mist. I think that's a marvel.
Wow,
I mean, it smells like Amber Oud, right?
Yeah, it's big.
It's huge.
That is an incredibly potent, strong-smelling big perfume. From my memory of Amber Oud, it's that. Have you compared the two side by side?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Part of this journey is always comparing the originals, and we try not to put anything out that's anything less than what we would consider perfect. And I know that people have kind of different views on clones and stuff, but I think the reality is that Roja Dove's Amber Oud will cost you, I think, maybe £500 now. £500 for a bottle of perfume is simply unobtainable for the vast majority of people. And I don't see why other people shouldn't have that experience. There's nothing illegal or amoral about it, in my view. Crack on. And I think our perfumer has done a heavenly job with this.
I think the people that are walking into a Roja Parfums boutique are not going to be considering inside of Parfums necessarily. I've been in the 6th floor of Harrods, and I've seen the people that walk in with bodyguards and an entourage, and I don't think they're interested in buying a clone.
No.
But some people out there are, and they probably don't have bodyguards or an entourage.
Well, the markets are, as you say, broadly mutually exclusive. You know, the people who will buy a £55 Amber Oud clone are, as you say, very unlikely to be the people who buy a £500 bottle of perfume, and vice versa. I see no wrong with this. I think Amber Oud is a fabulous perfume, and I think the Amber Oud is a fabulous perfume.
I agree, and let's just give credit where credit's due to Roja Parfums, because they created the original fragrance and it is insanely good.
It is.
It's opulent, it's luxurious. This is dripping with money.
Dripping with money.
Yeah.
Yeah, except it's not, because it's available for a very reasonable £55.
Yeah, I love the original. I have a bottle of the original, and this reminds me of that. So if you're interested in the smell that we've just described, then great new release. I'm loving that. The quality's there, so.
Absolutely. We strive to make these as good quality as possible. We use the best ingredients that we can afford to buy. We use the best perfumer.
The Insider perfumer, an established prolific perfumer that will go unnamed.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a condition of their work with us, their anonymity, but you know, everything about this is as good quality. But, you know, as you say, credit to Roja Dove, because we didn't create the original. We're just making an affordable version.
Right, and what's the last one?
Okay, so the last one is called Imperial Bliss. Now, this is based on an Henri Jacques perfume called Royal Dream. Now, the funny thing about Royal Dream, so the funny thing about Royal Dream is that it is branded as a feminine perfume, but to my mind, actually, it's not. It's a wonderful iris with a little wisp of minty geranium and a very sort of transparent, clear, ambery base. This is elegance, in my view. This is one of the most elegant perfumes on the market, the original, and I am absolutely 100% satisfied with what we've been able to create here.
Yeah, this is like sparkling and shimmering and shifting and moving. It's definitely got that magical quality to it. Very iris heavy, but it's not like a lipsticky.
No.
There is a powderiness to it.
Yes.
But you don't get that makeup bag iris. It's more of like I don't know, like an orris root, a bit more of a buttery, earthy type of iris. But it is very elegant. Sort of maybe just starts to lean a little bit towards the feminine.
Yeah, I mean, I suspect there's a reason that Henri Jacques originally labelled this as feminine. The only people I know that actually own the original are all men. And I don't really believe in gender in perfume anyway. Iris is one of those strange notes that I think certainly a long time ago everybody would have described Iris as being very feminine, and then you have Dior Homme, Dior Homme Parfum, etc. And these are ultra masculine, but they're all based around Iris.
Because they say Homme on the bottle.
They say Homme on the bottle, and it's Homme.
Yeah, if we'd have smelled Dior Homme before we knew it was Dior Homme, then I might have said, yeah, that leans a little to the feminine. But
Absolutely, and people use words like androgynous and sort
Metrosexual.
of metrosexual and to describe it. But the reality is, Iris can be an incredibly masculine scent, and for me, this is perfectly wearable. I actually wore this for the most exclusive of places, the post office, the other day.
right.
And I did get a compliment in the post office, and the woman said, and I quote, she said, "Well, you smell very nice today."
Well, I mean, if you're getting that sort of compliment in the post office, once went to the post office to pick up a parcel, and I was wearing a highly concentrated oud oil, you know, like a dabber, which was really thick, and it was very fecal and barnyardy. And as soon as I walked in that post office and I was in this enclosed environment, I instantly regretted deciding to lather on the very fecal oud. Yeah, I didn't get a compliment.
Not a compliment magnet.
No.
But I did get a compliment in the post office for this, and I'm happy with that.
First class compliment.
Take it where you can get it, I say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it smells strong as well. Just off the strip, I get the sense of the strength of that, I think, off the skin. It's going to be a very potent fragrance. Yeah, bright and elegant and strong, and yeah, smells like the usual quality for Insider. Well,
100%.
Three awesome new releases, and you're pumping them out, aren't you? There's quite a few releases coming out. So
yeah, we were originally going to try and get one out a month, but it's proven harder to do than that. Quality takes a little bit of time, unfortunately. So
yeah,
but
you're getting your hands dirty doing this because you are putting the labels on, you're bottling them up, you are very much on the front line of this brand.
Yeah, it's all done with my fair hands, I'm afraid. So if the labels are a tiny bit skew, you can blame me.
How do you keep your fingernails looking so nice with all that manual labour?
Yeah, well, it's moisturiser. I moisturise, darling.
Okay, yeah. Well, great, there we go. Three new fragrances from Insider Parfums. We're talking 55, 60 quid for these 50 mls. What I'm going to do is leave a link to Insider in the description, so if you're interested in any of these, then you can go directly there and check them out. Dan, thanks for coming on the channel to let me experience some of the new ones.
No, it was an absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me, and hopefully be back soon with more.
Absolutely. Well, you're always welcome on FRAG-MENTAL. It's nice to see your face now and then. Your photos are great.
Thank you.
You know, amazing photos. But we do like to see this fantastically well moisturised face here.
Well moisturised, yeah.
Right. On that note, we're gonna leave you. If you like the video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Go and follow Dan at Fragrance Weirdo on Instagram if you're not doing that already. And if you do all that, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.